A KSLSports.com presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Presented by University Federal Credit Union.
Good evening. This is Game Night Live. I'm Sam Farnsworth here with you on the 4th of September, but already the 4th week of high school football here in Utah. And we'll start you off with a pair of unbeatens. Two teams in the top 15 of the Game Night Live Power Rankings. Number 14 Wasatch visiting 5th-ranked Pleasant Grove tonight. Pleasant Grove with a 3-0 lead after the first quarter, really heating it up in the second. Sam Levitt to Jace Doman, 67 yards for that score. And they're not done. Later in the quarter, Levitt, this time he finds Isaac Vaha. And it's a 16-0 Pleasant Grove lead. Then with 3 minutes before the half, a double pass. Rex Connors to his twin, Porter Connors. It's the Connors connection, guys. Vikings with a big 36-10 win tonight. Well, the 2-1 Alta Hawks are knocking on the door of our top 20 rankings, visiting number 9 Orem. Second quarter, Orem already up 3-0, and there goes Joe Smith. A 30-yard run to pay dirt, 10-0 Tigers. After a Hawks touchdown and interception, final play of the half, Ethan Jackson, the Hail Mary. Check out this catch. DeAndre Randolph pulls it in. 14-10 Alta lead at the break. But the second half was all Orem. Lance Reynolds, 55 yards down the sideline on that reception. The Tigers would score on the very next play. They add another score to keep Alta off the scoreboard in the second half. Orem wins it 24-14. The Game Night Live Game of the Week takes us to Spanish Fork, where the Dons were hosting the Provo Bulldogs. Scoreless game into the second quarter. That's when Spanish Fork coughs it up. Provo on the recovery. The Bulldogs offense now in business. Jace Welsh, the 33-yard keeper. They missed the extra point, so they're up 6-0. The Dons, they couldn't get much going until the final 20 seconds of the third. Kate Olson, with this catch, shreds the tackle, goes 61 yards for the score, and they've got the lead 7-6. But Provo goes back in front in the fourth quarter. Brock Magleby from Welsh. And Provo gets the hard-fought win tonight, 12-7. JJ and Sly, they have more from our Game of the Week.
Thanks, Sam. Provo opens Region 8 play with a 12-7 hard-fought victory on the road against Spanish Fork. It was defense that got it done tonight for Provo. And who would have thought that a star receiver would make the play of the game on defense with a game-saving interception?
Yeah, when you have an electrifying offense in Spanish Fork who's averaging 35 points a game, you're expecting them to put up some major numbers, but they didn't even get past half field into the opponent's territory most of the game. And so this was an amazing game, especially for me as a defensive guy. I love to see defense. So the Provo had to make plays on defense in order to win this football game.
And they did that, and if they're going to win Region 8, they got to slow down teams like Salem Hills and Maple Mountain, but they proved tonight that they could do so against Spanish Fork. Sam, back to you.
Awesome, great call tonight, guys. How about 7th-ranked Brighton trying to remain unbeaten against Bountiful? Brighton quarterback Gabe Curtis. Looks like Bountiful has him, but you got to wrap up better than that, guys. Curtis breaks free and finds the end zone. He had a pair of touchdown runs, and Brighton gets a big win, 36-17. Mountain Ridge off to a 2-1 start in just its second season of football, hosting Lehigh in Region 7 play. First quarter, after a Lehigh interception, they find the end zone on the legs of Blake Jenkins. 15 yards for a 7-0 Pioneers lead. Second quarter, Mountain Ridge, they have a productive run game as well. Cade Uluave reaches for the goal line. That's a touchdown after 23 yards. They missed the extra point. Lehigh with a 1-point lead, and they would shut out Mountain Ridge the rest of the way. And the Pioneers, at least in the second half they did, the Pioneers win 40-14. All right, up north in Region 1, Syracuse and Weber, both 1-0 in region play. Warriors led 10-0 at the half, and on their first drive in the third quarter, Cannon DeVries takes the direct snap, and no Titan will bring him down. A 60-yard touchdown run later in the quarter. Weber driving again. Jake Lindsay to Cole Brosterhouse. Part of a 21-point third quarter from Weber, and they win 31-7. Well, American Fork is off to a great start this season, hoping for a return trip to the state championship game. The next hurdle to clear, a tough East Leopards team. We'll check in with them as well as top-ranked Corner Canyon, Lone Peak, and more right after this. Region 4 is the best region in Utah high school football this season. All 6 teams enter Week 4 with perfect 3-0 records. American Fork, the third-ranked team in the state, It's one of those teams in Region 4. Tonight, the Cavemen were hosting the 1-2 East Leopards. This game was an absolute shootout. AF down a touchdown when Maddox Madsen and Fisher Ingersoll, they get together for an 88-yard touchdown, and it is 7-all. Under a minute left in the first, East down a touchdown, but tie it up. Isaac Zimmerman to Orion Maile Kofusi. 22 yards. Look at him just spin free and score. 14-14. Very next play for the Cavemen. Madsen to Ingersoll. 78 more yards. Another long one, and they have a 21-14 lead. In the third quarter, another deep ball for American Fork. Madsen to Will Zundel. He turns on the burners. It's an 80-yard score. AF take a 34-28 lead. Madsen had close to 400 yards and 4 touchdowns just in the first half. Second half, he finds Noah Moyaki. That's Moyaki's third touchdown of the game. Madsen threw for 9 touchdowns. AF wins big, 69-49. Crazy game. All right, also in Region 4, number 1 Corner Canyon taking its show on the road to Jordan, and it was an air show here. Backed up on their own 5-yard line, Jackson Dart completes this one to Cody Hagan. He's got some wheels. How about a 95-yard touchdown? 7-0 Chargers. Just like that, they've set the tone. On the next possession, they keep it going. Dart to Hagan again. Not 95 yards, but how about 58? That's still a chunk. And another touchdown. Corner Canyon did it their way tonight. Big win, 51-14. Lone Peak, another Region 4 team looking for another win, was visiting Farmington. The Phoenix trying the trick play, the reverse, but they put it on the turf. Lone Peak recovers on the run. It's John Henry Daly breaking tackles. The return for a touchdown, 35-0 Lone Peak, one of 3 defensive or special teams touchdowns just in the first half. A big win for them, 55-7. Canyon View at Snow Canyon, battle of 2 undefeated Region 9 teams tonight. On the opening kickoff, Snow Canyon's Braxton Hickman. Now he takes some time, he finds a few lanes, shifts the gears a couple of times, and then after a stiff arm, he says, see ya, 99 yards. It's 7-0 Warriors. Just before the half, Landon Frey to Logan Mendenhall, 35-7. Snow Canyon rolls to the win tonight. West Jordan Jaguars hosting the Hunter Wolverines. First quarter, Hunter is going to open things up with Lorenzo Tuaone, busting it out, up the gut, throwing a few guys aside. 64-yard touchdown run for Tuaone. The Jags answer, though. Dylan Rain gets the pass from Austin Farmer, and they tie the ball game up as he reaches for the goal line. West Jordan would go on to win in overtime, 35-28. More Game Night Live after this. All right, before we say goodnight, let's check in on Pineview and Desert Hills. Second half here, it's 35-14 Pineview. Panthers driving. Look at that pick by Desert Hills' TJ Francis. Oh, does this spark the second half comeback? Well, not quite. Too many turnovers for the Thunder. Braden Bunnell drops an absolute dime to Christian Bailey for the touchdown. Panthers bring down the hammer, 49-20. Hey, we got a lot more to show you tomorrow night at 8. Join us for Game Night Live.